What up, though? Fox News. Janine Pirro blasts Super Bowl halftime performer Kendall Lamar, despite his having won all these Grammys. Colby Hall, February 2025. Fox News legal analyst Janine Pirro did not hold back her harsh criticism of Kendrick Lamar and perfectly illustrated why she doesn't understand him by misidentifying him as Kendall. Lamar headlined the halftime show of Sunday's Super Bowl, entertaining the crowd with several of his biggest hits. Unlike other Super Bowl headliners, however, Lamar's hit songs do not have broad or crossover appeal, which made his performance confusing to many, but adored by his fans. I want to talk about the halftime show Pirro started. Now, I got to tell you, what a nightmare. I kept sitting there saying, maybe I just don't get this guy. Then I found out there's this subplot. There's drama with Drake, she continued. And, he can do a concert. She's speaking of Drake. She says he can do a concert, and she says there's a subplot, which I just thought it was the one song. This guy, Kendall Lamar, at which point Jessica Tarlov interjected Kendrick, correcting her co-host, and he won all these Grammys, Pirro added, misspeaking about the Grammy Awards, of which Lamar has won multiple. Somebody need to check her temperature. But, we had Usher, we had The Weeknd, we had Beyonce, and we had Rihanna. I mean, we had performers, she added, concluding with, I don't know what the hell this guy was doing, but I did. I didn't get it. USA Today. Kid Rock. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance was DEI for In the Hood Black People. Jay Stahl, USA Today. February 2025. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl 59 halftime show was DEI for In the Hood Black People, according to Kid Rock. To put it nicely, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I got to respect it, Kid Rock told Mayer, who asked for an opinion on the show. And here's why. I grew up loving, emulating all things hip-hop, breakdancing, DJing, graffiti, rapping, and so I understand the culture a little bit more than most. And when I say most, of course, I mean white people. Kid Rock, 54, said that he doesn't think Lamar, 37, cares what anyone thinks about it, adding that it's pretty much how I built my whole career. I got to respect it. Kid Rock told Mayer that I've heard nobody answer this question. How did he get that gig? Jay-Z, referring to the Roc Nation owner and billionaire rapper's agreement with the NFL, first announced in 2019 and extended in October last year. What happened there? I think Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar should both send Colin Kaepernick a bunt cake and a six-pack of beer and a thank you note with a bunch of money in it, because without him kneeling and getting everyone's panties in a bunch over the anthem, self included, I don't think that happens, Kid Rock said. Mayer did not have a chance to respond before Kid Rock said Lamar's selection as the halftime show performer was the epitome of DEI blowing up, because the NFL was all this DEI and racism, all this stuff. They got Jay-Z in there booking this. And like Kendrick Lamar goes out there and basically turns DEI into an IED. The Pulitzer Prize winning Lamar has garnered 22 Grammy wins out of 57 total nominations. Kid Rock has 5 Grammy nominations and no wins. Kid Rock continued, "It's like all black people or all people of color, or properly Americans or American Indians, you know, the only Americans there were, are, and ever will be. It's like all black people or all people of color. It's like all Americans or American Indians," speaking to his crowd in the hood, black people. "It was like the most exclusive thing ever," Kid Rock said, adding that he was like, "That's awesome." So I guess Kid Rock said it was awesome. After he said that it was like he was strictly speaking to the blacks, in the hood blacks. Not entirely untrue. Media Matters for America. Newsmax's Greg Kelly. Written by Media Matters staff. 2/11/25. Greg Kelly says, "Kendrick Lamar, let's actually put up the words. What was he talking about? You can read them and you will have very little idea what's on his mind." Of course you wouldn't be able to. If you read the words, you wouldn't know what's on his mind because you have to understand the language. You speak mostly English. We speak American. You haven't quite mastered that yet. And if you go and talk to any nigga on the street, I'm pretty sure you probably wouldn't understand us either. I blame Roger Goodell, folks, for a lot of this stuff. He went so woke and weird, I think that Colin Kaepernick thing really messed with his head. They're associating Kendrick's performance or the fact that he was chosen as a DEI hire. Even though most of us know that those who benefit from DEI programs are not people who look like Kendrick. What can we do going forward, he says. How about having somebody like Leonard Skinner? Leonard Skinner? I know that some of them died in that plane crash, but a lot of them are still around, and you can actually figure out the words. Media Matters for America. Newsmax host says, "American culture used to not allow such gratuitous racism." This is from 2/11/25. Rob Schmidt is the host of Newsmax on this particular night. Last night's blowout Super Bowl was more of a cultural spectacle than it was an athletic one. The game ended up being a clash between America's fading woke culture and the return to normalcy that Americans have been begging for since the plague of wokeness arrived. I'm not sure which Americans he's speaking for. Actually, I don't really think he's speaking for Americans. I think he's speaking more for Anglo-Saxons, possibly Caucasians as well. Last night, the NFL gave us unquestionably the worst halftime show we have ever seen. A tiny rapper in bell bottoms. Now, he's right. That's funny. That's comedy right there. That's comedy. A tiny rapper in bell bottoms. Damn. Who 98% of the country has never heard of. 98% of the country? I'm not sure 98% of the country has heard of any one human. This is crazy. 98% of the country. See how these people talk? Who 98% of the country has never heard of, was allowed to play most of his largely unknown catalog for 20 grueling minutes in front of the entire world. The whole world just sat and wondered why they were watching this. Who is this? Everybody asked. He says, everybody asked. Where was he? And was he sitting next to everybody? And how many people does he consider to be everybody? I'm thinking that everybody means everybody, like including me. And I didn't see him. No matter where you were, nobody had a clue what this was, except maybe 0.5% of the people in this country alone. Why does he think he's speaking for a nigga? I understood everything he said. I understood everything Kendrick said, and most niggas did too. Most Americans, American Indians, Amerindians understood what he said. Homie don't speak for us. American culture used to not allow such gratuitous racism. I'm not sure what culture he's speaking of. He's speaking for us because we're the only Americans there ever was, there ever were, was, and will be. I think he's speaking about the wave of Anglo-Saxons that came here, of which he descends. Why entertainment? Yahoo Entertainment. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance. Julia Omido. February 9th, 2025. Many prominent conservatives Sunday night objected to yet another hip-hop performance at a major sporting event. This time, it was Kendrick Lamar, who just weeks after winning big at the 2025 Grammys, cemented his victory lap by performing a triumphant halftime show at the Super Bowl. Lamar even seemingly predicted the backlash with the inclusion of acerbic actor Samuel L. Jackson, who introduced the rapper to the crowd and later exclaimed, "Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game?" This is from yahoo.com. Most of the criticism seemed to be over the critics' inability to understand his lyrics. And they see this as justification for their ignorance. Matt Walsh of What Is a Woman fame described the performance as easily the worst halftime show he has ever seen. That's his opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. Halftime show is trash. Nobody can even understand what he's saying. Not nobody. Not nobody. Or a bunch of nobodies can't understand what he's saying. Speak for yourself, he added. Add the vast majority of football fans, and the vast majority of football fans haven't even heard of most of these songs. We got Matt Gaetz, who is a congressman. He says, the halftime show you just watched is clearly the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men. Here he is, shitting on a black man and massaging them at the same time. Pause. Said Congressman Matt Gaetz. Another former representative, George Santos, was more direct. The Super Bowl halftime show was absolute trash. Comedian and podcast host Theo Von said the halftime show was boring. Charlie Kirk simply said the music was not his style. Obviously. Ben Shapiro said Lamar had a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Maybe we should leave the room. The only problem is I can't understand a word you're saying, he went on. Ooh. His sarcasm is disgusting and weak. Michael Knowles, another conservative, one of Ben Shapiro's co-workers, counterparts. Michael Knowles' take: this halftime show is gibberish, but at least it appears to be patriotic. Patriotic, remember, in the 1828 Noah Webster's American Dictionary of the English Language, it defined American as any of the Aboriginal people who were here before the Europeans landed on our shores, or any of the copper-colored races found here or who were here when the Europeans landed on our shores. Europeans, Anglo-Saxons, Afro-Eurasians. And then it said, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans. And it says, especially espousing or projecting patriotism. Patriotism, they love being patriotic because it makes them seem like they are who they identify as, which means that it takes some of the edge off the fact that they're committing identity theft. Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert asking her followers if she was the only one needing subtitles for this. Commentators Eric Doherty and Benny Johnson describing the performance as black nationalist and calling Lamar a mumbling pagan satanic cultist. Yikes. Sheesh. Johnson said the halftime show should have been the Village People, with President Trump doing the Trump dance center stage, while Jack Posobiec posted a video of the band Creed's Super Bowl performance in 2001 saying, "This is what a real halftime show looks like." So if I guess the understanding here is that they would like to see rock and roll, and Benny Johnson would like to see Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's shake it. This is from SK Pop. Sports Kita. Stop this rap crap. Robert Davey calls Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance ghetto and blasts Samuel L. Jackson for monkeying around. This is from Alishba Marion. February 13th, 2025. And Robert Davey, he's an actor. Think I've seen him in some movies. Can't quite pinpoint which one at this moment. Veteran actor Robert Davey on February 10th, 2025 took to his X account and shared a video message in the video, Davey indicated that he was about to deliver a critique regarding the Super Bowl halftime show, which took place on February 9th, 2025. He referred to Kendrick Lamar's performance as ghetto and criticized Samuel L. Jackson, who made a guest appearance during Lamar's performance. Seems as though he had an issue with every nigga there. It's only right. Right? It just repulsed me. It absolutely repulsed me. What was the point? What's the point? Let's train them in instruments. Whoa, 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 whoa. Davy boy. Let's train them in instruments? Let's train them in instruments like jazz and stop this rap crap that everybody thinks is the new Shakespeare. It's not. It's garbage. It's gabbage. He said it's gabbage. He didn't say it's gabbage. He said it's garbage. Davy said. He called it gabbage. He said, let's stop this rap crap. Dear fellow Americans, or he's not an American, I don't know. See, Identity Theft 101. Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on the halftime nonsense. I mean, come on. Stop with the ghetto crap. I am done with the ghetto. I have had it up to here with the ghetto. I know they want to say that rap is this and rap is that, Davy said. The veteran actor compared rap and jazz, arguing that jazz is a gorgeous art form. He suggested that if artists seek to pursue meaningful artistic expression, they should turn to jazz. He says, Robert Davy says, look at jazz. The jump black and blues artists. Give me Count Basie band. Give me Duke Ellington's. Give me history. Give me jazz. This is from Tulsa World. Tulsa, Oklahoma, from newspapers. This is a newspaper article from Tulsa World. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Sunday, December 3rd, 1922. 1922. Tulsa World, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jazz stunts are shattering our American nerves. Or jazz stunts are shattering our United States nerves, our immigrant nerves, our foreigner nerves, our Anglo-Saxon, Afro-Eurasian, Caucasian nerves. So, Professor Dykema declares as he deplores the rhythmic attack on morals and health and likens the trap drummer to a voodoo worshiper. This is a newspaper article from the East Oregonian, Pendleton, Oregon, Saturday, March 4th, 1922. East Oregonian, Pendleton, Oregon, Saturday, March 4th, 1922. Jazz Music Band, Tacoma, Washington, March 4th. Judge Arbald Heap of the Morals Court of Chicago, who recently ruled that jazz music was immoral and fined the proprietors of a lower district dance hall for permitting jazzified strains to float through the hall, has received support in the form of a similar opinion recently voiced by the Tacoma Women's Club. Jazz music, according to the club, is on a par with the saloon and the scarlet vice, and the perpetrators of it should be fined and imprisoned. Lock them niggas up for playing them instruments. Library of Congress, research guides, early jazz music, backlash and opposition, topics in chronicling America. Critics call jazz immoral, ugly, ridiculous as it rockets to popularity in the early 1920s. This is a newspaper article from Great Falls Tribune, Great Falls, Montana, Saturday, January 22nd, 1921. Great Falls Tribune, Great Falls, Montana, Saturday, January 22nd, 1921. The article reads, Saxophone wail, jazz make Indians wild again, says pastor. Saxophone wail, jazz make Indians wild again, says pastor. Indians. Ah, not black, not Negro, not mulatto, not colored. Indians today. Saxophone wail, jazz make Indians wild again, says pastor. Philadelphia, January 21st. Modern jazz music and dancing are making the Indians wild again. The roll of the snare drum and the wail of the saxophone combined with the tato and the shimmy stir atavistic memories of the tom-tom and the shriek of the victim at the stake. So asserted Dr. Henry Beats of Grand Rapids, Michigan, secretary of the missions of the Christian Reformed Church, in an address Friday before the session of the Friends of the Indian. A resolution he introduced seeking to forbid Indian youths and girls from dancing the modern steps was adopted and will be sent to the Indian Bureau of the Department of the Interior at Washington, which will have no effect because the Indians are still wild. As a matter of fact, they're winning Pulitzer prizes and Grammys and performing at the Super Bowl. Do the right thing.